Guys, Brian back here with another Algorand video, right? And I haven't been covering Algorand a whole lot of lately. Number one thing is this thing was having a hard time finding a bottom, all right? Ever since the SEC thing and the you can see the massive, this is on the weekly, look at all the selling that went on down here, you know, as soon as people scared a lot of people out of the coin, all right? It went back to its bear market low back here. Way back here, what was it, 9 cents? We ended up coming down and hitting that again way back here. All right, this thing is starting to show some signs of life. All right, believe it or not, for the first time in a while, and we're going to dig into this chart in a second. But I believe this thing is going to get a pretty decent push up. Right, it doesn't matter what it is. The charts are the charts. Okay. The selling obviously gave it down pressure, but we're actually having some green candles come in here on the weekly now as far as buying. So starting to have a few more people come in, and as soon as that bottom got hit, you're starting to see interest again in this coin. All right, the whole market itself. Look at the week. This is crazy. I mean, these coins are just going nuts out here. Here's the daily out there. Got a lot of stuff going on right now in this market. So a lot of things really taking off. You know, if we look over here real quick, I want to show you guys a couple things real fast here. Number one is Bitcoin dominance. You know, this is insane. This thing is just going higher and higher, and the altcoins should be getting crushed right now, but they're not. This thing is up another 1.29% today. Okay, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Okay, where the Bitcoin dominance is going so high, and the altcoins are still going up at the same time. You know, if we put a trend-based extension on this thing, you know, Fibonacci extension, you know, looks like it might be about done. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. The RSIs are getting a little bit high on this thing. The weekly RSI is still heading up at the daily. You can see where the daily's at. It's right at the top. So I think this thing's going to have to cool down a little bit. Really doesn't matter right now. The altcoins are doing their own thing anyway. And then you got Bitcoin just exploding. Okay, I got a level for you to watch on this thing. Very important level. Okay, hold on 1 second. I got 3 Bitcoin charts here, so I want to get the right one here to show you guys. There we go. 31,500. Okay, if we go back on the weekly on Bitcoin, that was the level back here in the last bull run that held us up here. Okay, I remember this like it was last month right here. We had our first run up. We had this massive crash. Everybody was terrified in here. Okay, and we had this ABC up or to our blow off top, and then when we came down, I believe right now Bitcoin is in a retrace. Okay, this thing has to have a retracement before we can have another bull run, just like it back in 2017. Okay, you can see our retracement came in, we had our final crash, and then we got our bull run started. All right, and if you go back on this thing, if you put a Fibonacci extension on it, all right, we went right up to that, right up here to the 702, the green line right there, the 702, and then we crashed down, and then we got our bull run started. Okay, so I believe that's what's going on with Bitcoin now. Remember that 31,500 bucks. We break through that, and Algorand everything is going to go. Okay, that's what I believe is happening here. I believe Bitcoin is going to get up here to that. What is that? 48,000 bucks. All right, everybody's going to be screaming all-time highs. Be very, very careful. Okay, at that point, once we hit that 702, if we do, nothing's guaranteed. Okay, but eventually we will get there. But you know, just be very careful at that point. All right, let's move on through the market here. That's Bitcoin. Let's get back to Algorand here. Okay, I wanted to show you guys that. I got 2 algo charts here. That one will work. All right, this is on the weekly. You can see we're just poking our head outside of this wedge, and these lines are perfect. All right, I went through these twice now. We're just starting to poke our head out. This is on the weekly, and if you look at the weekly RSI, look at that. It's 11 and a 4 bullish heading up. On the bottom, We're down at a 33 on the regular RSI. Look how flat that has been down here. Just flat the whole way back to the bull run, 21. So this thing is due. It's due for a breakout. All right, the daily, you can see we are just getting outside of that trend line just now. Okay, so this is where I expect some big moves to start happening with Algorand. The longer you are in a pattern, the bigger the breakout. Okay, and this pattern goes back, wow, even if we start it right there to November of 2022, okay, 8 months we have been in this downtrend. All right, so a lot of people gave up. There's a lot of people out, but I believe this thing is really about to take off. The daily RSI is getting a little bit there towards the top, but we have the weekly at the bottom and we have the monthly at the bottom. Okay, so keep your eye on Algorand. I believe this thing is about ready to make some moves, so definitely keep your eye on that thing. All right, guys, please hit the like and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.